Hello, everybody. This month marks the 10-year anniversary of when I published my first book, freshman year. Freshman year is a romantic comedy about two freshmen in high school, David and Carol, and they immediately fall in love, as you do when you're 15. And around the same time, their teacher, Mr. William Morrison, falls in love with a woman named Erica. And the whole story surrounds kind of the comparisons of both of the relationships and how each age group responds to similar situations. And the whole thing was meant to be a satire of the romance genre. And this is about this video is just about going to be about the writing process and the origin of the story. And in a later video, I will be exploring the actual publication of the book. So freshman year started out when I first heard 15 by Taylor Swift. And it was just, I love the story of that song so much. And I thought to myself, well, it would make a great story, a great short story, a great coming of age story. And so that opening line about walking through the door on your first day of high school really inspired the song. And in fact, in the acknowledgement section of freshman year, I do thank Taylor Swift for the inspiration. At first, I didn't think I was going to write a book. I had never written a book before. I had attempted a couple of novels, and they didn't work out for one reason or the other. One was about an adult lead character, and I was still in high school, and I really didn't think I was ready to write about adults, and I was probably right about that. But, I was still in school, so I think I felt more confident writing teacher characters because I saw teachers every day, and I observed them and their lives. William Morrison and his romantic partner in this, Erica, are in fact based by last name only on two of the best English teachers I ever had in high school, Mr. and Mrs. Morrison. Mrs. Morrison jokingly wrote in a college recommendation letter, mind you, once, that I had written about her love in a book, which is that's complete nonsense. The book is, I use their last name because I have such respect for them to this day, but the characters are 100% fictional. As far as I know. Obviously, I don't know much about their personal lives. So anyway, I assumed this would be a short story. I had written a lot more short stories at that time, like I said, than attempted novels. But the first two words that I wrote of freshman year were, just by coincidence, chapter 1. And I remember thinking, well, here we go. I guess I'm going to do this. So I started writing. And I got about halfway through the book and I lost it. I switched computers and I didn't lose the file, but I was unable to open the file. It was for whatever reason, the type of file that it was would not open on my laptop. And so I was, okay, whatever. I moved along and I went to college, in fact. So we're talking a couple years. And I came across an online file converter called Zamzar. Nope, I'm not kidding. No sponsorship. I'm just saying that's what it was called. And you could convert files from one format to the other. And I don't remember what format the original was in, but I managed to convert it. Sorry about that. I was able to convert it to a docx file and open it up on my laptop. And I was very excited because I thought, this is long gone. I'll never see this again. I kept the file for sentimental reasons more than anything. But I opened it up and I said, you know what? this is about halfway finished. Why don't I sit down and finish writing it? And that's what I did. And so the final book takes place over the entire year. It's a two-part book. The first part is, I'm not going to pretend that I know, but it's basically from fall to the winter, and then the winter to uh, summer. Or, well, you have to understand takes place in Bucksport, Maine. So it really is, from the winter through the spring to the summer, and it ends in the summer. And yeah, and so I finished writing it and I decided to edit it. And at that point, I thought, well, I've gone this far. Why not attempt to, publish it? But that's for the next video. So I'll get into that in the next video. But I hope you've enjoyed this video about the origin of the book. And as I say, that video about the actual publication will be up soon. So have a good day. Take care.